How mature are you as a bow fisher? Stick around to find out.
Oh man, I can't believe I just missed that.
Let's talk a little bit about bowfishing maturity. So I saw an article the other day that talked about the stages a person goes through as a hunter, and I saw many similarities to bowfishing. And I wanted to break down what I consider to be the stages that a bowfisher goes through as they mature. Not everyone will align completely with these, and a person can be in different stages depending on the situation, but follow along and see if you agree. Stage 1 is the beginner. You're picking up a bowfishing bow for the first time. You're taking your first shots, and if you're lucky, it'll be with a guide or a mentor, and you'll get the best direction possible and hopefully a premium experience. But more often than not, you're heading out with a cobbled together bow and maybe a cheap reel and arrow setup, and honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. I reminisce on my own first experiences because everything was new and failures made my successes so much better. Now, not everyone catches the bowfishing bug at this point, but if you do, you're in for a wild ride. Now, stage 2 is the student, and at this point, it's all about getting on the water and learning how to be more successful. You may graduate from shore shooting to your first boat, and you might even prepare to try your luck at night. I mean, we all know you can shoot fish using a handheld spotlight, but there's got to be a better way. So you head off to the internet, you join a Facebook group, and you're looking for help. You ask your questions about bows, or lights, or trolling motors, and maybe even batteries. And you get a few good answers, and usually a bunch of junk responses from some trolls. And it can be kind of discouraging. But if you give it enough time, you can really learn a lot. Then, after a while, you upgrade your equipment, you start to stick your share of fish, and then you think about getting into a tournament. It's great to see folks show up and realize just how serious some of these guys are about the sport. Which takes us to stage 3, the competitor. Now, at this point, you have a boat, you're part of a team, and you're ready to lay some money down to compete. And usually the focus is on big fish. But there can be a numbers category too, and the tactics are usually quite different to succeed. Many teams gravitate towards one or the other, and anyone can luck into a win. But the best teams often spend days on the water scouting beforehand and spend the money to ensure they have good, reliable equipment. Now, if you're lucky, you can get some quality information to help you along. But I honestly don't trust hardly anything I'm told prior to the start of a tournament. Most people will guard their knowledge and their spots, so be prepared to do your own homework. I consider the final stage to be the promoter, and this is when you take your knowledge and you pass it along to others. These folks often become guides, or they host tournaments, or maybe even children's events to help promote the sport. They will often volunteer their time to go to sports shows, or they will join local or maybe even national organizations to help protect the rights of their fellow bowfishers. And for anyone that's been in the sport for a while, you know there are always threats to the sport, because not everyone sees bowfishing in a favorable light. If you're still with me, why does any of this matter? Well, here at This Week in Bowfishing, our goal is to be a source of truth. And when it comes to the sport of bowfishing, we're going to use our videos, our website, and our social media pages to help you become a better bowfisher. We plan to do this in a few different ways. We plan to introduce you to new products across the industry, and we'll help you understand the fish you are looking for a little bit better through fish profiles. We'll give you tips and techniques, and we'll introduce you to key people and organizations that help shape the sport, and we'll maintain a comprehensive event calendar featuring club events, tournaments, and gatherings to help you get the most out of your bowfishing season. Our commitment is to give you fair, unbiased information in a timely manner, and to grow into something you can rely on. We aim to provide value to bowfishers at every stage in the game. So come along for the ride and subscribe to our channel. We plan to offer new content on a weekly basis, and I'm putting a link to our website in the description below. It's still under construction, but already the events calendar is the most comprehensive one you will find on the internet. And if you don't see your event, feel free to reach out to me. We'll get it added. And finally, welcome to This Week in Bowfishing. I'm your host, Captain Pete Gregoire. Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/bowfishing.education, as well as on the web at twibowfishing.com.